What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Today we're going to be starting off with the objective in Rivals, the daily objectives that have now expired for the 250k packs. The regulations were to score a goal in two separate wins with a Liverpool player and to score a goal in two separate wins with a Tottenham Hotspur player. And it wasn't necessarily easy. In fact, it was far from easy. It was quite difficult, it was quite challenging, it was quite enduring, quite boring. We're going to get into that in a little bit though, and then you're going to see the 250k packs that I got for free from these objectives, and then we're going to see some champs games. A very short video today by my standards. It's only like 14 minutes long, so let's get straight into the comments. The first one is from WMC17. It says, in before we all get banned for paying 10k for the rare CL players. Interestingly enough, I've already seen reports of several people complaining that they got banned. You never know how truthful people are on the internet, but complaining that they got banned for selling all of their UCL cards. One guy tweeted me, and you know, he seemed legitimate. Like, he's tweeted me many times before. He's never been the kind of guy that would just lie for the sake of lying. So I kind of believe him. He said he made about 450k off of selling the blues. And that was before they went like crazy extinct. He was selling them like 8ks and 7ks instead of waiting until they was 10k and 20k and 30k. And he said he just got permanently banned. That's it. Just banned. That's it for coin distribution and stuff like that. And that's crazy if that's the case. But what's really frustrating about that marquee matchups is I initially was like, guys, this is brilliant from EA. And in general, I actually like it. I think it was creative, you know, giving the matchups from the quarterfinals, semifinals and final, and then giving a group reward. I want to see more of that. You know, marquee matchups typically every week is just 4 teams. Why not give us something once a week or once every third day or something where it's like 20 segments? And all of the segments could just be random little things and give a major reward at the end, whether that's a player or a pack or something. But don't make the individual segments unbelievably stupid, but make them fun. So imagine tomorrow we get 20 segments, and to complete each segment, you just need a different card type. A Champions card, a UCL card, not now obviously because they're rare, a Screamer card, an Inform, a Silver Inform. Like, just make like all of, you know what I mean, all of that kind of stuff, because that then would just be pretty cool, pretty fun, to have something to work towards throughout the rest of the game. The SBCs, like I said, I think the marquee matchups were just brilliant. What it turned into was something where I couldn't even envision. I didn't think the Champions League cards would go extinct to this degree. I really didn't. I thought like the bad ones would still be available and worth a little, you know, just a lot. Like, I thought you'd still be able to get like the rares from the Turkish league or the Ukrainian league for like 6ks and 8ks, and I thought, yeah, it's going to be a bit expensive, but all in all, you get good packs, you get a good end pack. But what it seems like EA have done is that they've done this on purpose to get rid of those blue cards. For what reason, I don't know. Maybe because they're tired of people using them in SBCs to get, like, you know, kind of an advantage over completing League SBCs. Maybe because the Champions League is over. They just don't want them on the game anymore. They kind of wanted to get rid of them. But it's got to the point now where the only ones that you can buy are like the ones that are worth like 120k and stuff like that. And it's just stupid that they've created a world where you cannot physically finish off the SBC. You know, you just can't do it unless you spend, like I say, unless you go and buy like Champions League Gareth Bale or something like that. And I wonder actually how much his UCL card went up by, and if it went up at all, and if that one's extinct too. So Champions League Bale is now 250k. He's actually gone up 40k since they, which means people are buying him to use him to complete this objective for a 100k pack. And that's just stupid, isn't it? That's just absolutely stupid. But yeah, so I wonder what someone like Varane has gone to. 86 rated. I think he was a bit cheaper previously. So he's 100,000 coins. He's about the same, to be fair. But yeah, 100,000 coins. So you could buy that Varane card, but no one in their right mind is going to buy that card to do this objective. And so I think EA were very cheap, very dirty in many regards for doing this SBC like this, because they knew what would happen, and they knew that people would be unable to complete the SBCs, and as yet they haven't given us anything to remedy this situation. King GFC says, Net, why buy Headliner Son and lose 45k tax on him to earn an untradeable 50k pack? I didn't in the end. I did it without him. I used Ericsson and then Van Dijk up in the cam spot. But the game before this, by the way, the opponent I came up against knew who I was. He just gave me the win. He allowed me to score with my Ericsson and Van Dijk and allowed me to win, which was pretty cool. But yeah, I might have still had gone and bought some players if I had a bit more time, which I didn't have, sadly. But what we're at with this account now is I don't care about coins anymore, man. The team that I've got, if this is the team that I use for the rest of the game, I'm content with that. I want to work towards Prime R9. I want to eventually get Prime Moments Maldini and work towards other icons. But it's like my team is so good that even if I did waste 40k or 30k or 45k on tax to enjoy a player for 3 or 4 or 5 or 8 games to do an objective, I'm at that point now where I'm going to do that because I've got like 1.4 million coins in the bag. It's easy to generate coins anyway. If I wanted more coins, I could just sell Eder Militao for 1 million coins and go and buy back, go and put back in Rafael Varane into my team. I'm in no position of caring about some coins. You know, I know a lot of people still do and have to micromanage their account. I don't necessarily have to do that because of how hard I've worked throughout the year to get to this point. James says, in my opinion, scoop volleys and El Tornado goals get more stick than first-time shots in general. It's because they look so unrealistic. And I was thinking about, some things over the last couple of days. Like, I'm getting just a lot of stick for the way I play FIFA, as you guys know, even from, like, content creators and pro players indirectly taking shots at just people that cross in general. Not personally at me, just people that cross. And I sit there and think, like, if you're the sort of person that does skill, right? You sit there doing skill moves, running fake shots and triple elasticos and McGeady spins and stuff. That is as unrealistic and as broken in terms of game mechanics as El Tornado crosses, scoop shots, scoop crosses, and first-time shots. And there are very few players that play this game without really enhancing the abuse of a specific game mechanic. Very few. You know, when I talked about this before on Twitter, a few people got mentioned to me that just play just football, just good passing and good game awareness, good awareness where players are running. And you could even make the argument there that some of that stuff is overpowered. But I think when you see somebody, let's say you get somebody that just does running fake shot, which we know is broken, La Croqueta into a heel-to-heel flick to another running fake shot to a first-time pass to a first-time shot, people are like, oh my God, that was insane. Yeah, sure, it looks good, but it's still as unrealistic as a scoop volley cross header. They're both just really unrealistic, right? So it's very frustrating for me that the way I need to play to win is condemned, yet the way other people abuse mechanics is applauded because they're not crossing. And we've been through it in depth, but it is very frustrating that it is one rule for one and one rule for another based on nothing in particular. They're both extremely broken game mechanics, abusing it, whether you're abusing La Croquetas, El Tornados, driven passes to first-time shots from the edge of the box, whether you're abusing 4-2-3-1 drop back or constant pressure, whatever it is that you're abusing that you're able to utilize to your advantage, whether it's near post corners or pulling your player short on a goal kick and then punting it down the wing. I actually saw, I've been doing that a fair bit throughout this year. It's really effective. I saw one of the pro players in the pro tournament on the weekend doing it as well. And it was surprising to me that his opponent never picked it up. All you have to do to stop it is just go and select one of your fullbacks and run them back into the space so that the ball never drops into that gap. But it was surprising to me that everyone uses everything to their advantage in the best way that they can to get wins. And for me, I don't have it in me at the moment, and you'll actually see some changes. I do score a few El Tornado crosses and crosses in general in this Champs gameplay here, but you'll notice a lot of what I score is not that. I score some scoop volleys from range, but a lot of first-time shots, a lot of running into the box and drilling it with Gareth Bale, a lot of different types of goals. Because for me, what the issue is if I get to a position like where I'm at now with Ronaldo, I'm not going to be like, let me just turn back inside and lose possession and lose. You know what I mean? Like I'm going to be like, look, I'm here now. Let me try the skill move that works from here. And that's kind of how I feel about it. It's like, there's no point getting myself into a position to do something and then not doing it in case people get upset about it. And that's the way that I kind of naturally go with the game. If somebody's like very deep, very narrow, and kind of gives me the space on the outside and not the space on the inside, I'm going to find that space on the outside. But if like this opponent here, he kind of gives me a lot of space everywhere, I'm just going to find the space everywhere and I'm going to take advantage. You know, like I scored that first drag back driven shot with Bale. We then scored a finesse shot with Bale. I started with an El Tornado cross, and then the next one again. You can see here now he's gone very deep. He's got a lot of people in the middle, so I've got a lot of space on the outside. And so I find the space, I utilize the space, and end up scoring another goal from it. I really don't know what I'm supposed to do different there. What am I supposed to do? Just pass the ball to a centre-back because I'm not allowed to cross. You know what I mean? And I know like 99% of you guys are like, look, just play how you want to play. EA's, you know, it's EA's job to fix the broken game mechanics. But it does just get quite frustrating when I have to deal with people talking negatively about my style of play like the other styles aren't broken. But c'est la vie. What can you do? Karim says, everyone complaining about broken game mechanics. Me, why isn't the net shaking when someone scores? So I changed my net tension to tight. It looks idiotic. I'm going to change it back. But that's why my nets don't move when the ball goes in the back of the net. Just because I changed the net tension to tight. And you'll see here. See here, I tried a first time shot there. I tried to do something more fun. And it resulted in a cross. Again, I really can't do all that much about it. Harry says, I know it'll be a lot of effort, but to prove your point to people for 24 hours between two videos, make a spreadsheet of the highest rated players in every single pack. It may be interesting. I could do that. I've done it several times before. I think the next thing I might do is just like build a full league SBC, turn in all the packs, and then open all of the packs all at the same time, and kind of show people like, hey, this is what typically happens. But somebody in the comment section in the previous video kind of pointed out is that all that happens then is people complain that it's a boring video. We don't want to see these dead packs. Why are you showing us this? And so it's kind of in a lose-lose situation. But I definitely could put something together for sure. Samuel says, just brutal that they make it rivals based during champs, especially as they expect people to be watching the Champions League final. Just harsh. Love the viz anyway, Nep. Digne. And then he puts in brackets Digne as well, in case I didn't know what he meant. So thank you, Samuel. So I hate the fact that rivals' objectives have win conditions. I hate the fact that you have to win and score something, because it just creates an unfair kind of pendulum. Because if you come up against somebody that is not trying to do the objective, maybe they don't care about it, maybe they've already completed it or whatever, they're just at an advantage because they don't have to reduce their team, right? So in that sense, I hate the win condition. I really hate it. But with the way the system is right now, if they made it just in terms of scoring goals, like we've seen previously, people would just cheat and circumvent the system. And if they made it just playing games, people again would just cheat or circumvent the system. And so I honestly don't see right now in the game, in the current state that it is, I don't see a way that EA can make it different and make it still challenging, but encourage people to just play the game normally, but with a different team. I don't know how they can make it different like that, because of the way that everybody just manipulates the rewards, or sorry, the objectives when they do them. So if anyone has any ideas, that would be really interesting to see. And then last but not least, as we come towards the end of the game here, Tiras says, hey, Net, what happened to the on-screen controller and eye tracking? So the eye tracking people just generally hated, so I didn't bring it back. The on-screen controller, the scuff that I now use, you can find a link in the description below. Use NepentheZ for a checkout discount, a discount at checkout. The scuff that I now use, the PlayStation controller that I used, when I plugged it into my PC, the PC didn't register it as a usable controller. So the software that I used to register the inputs worked perfectly, and it didn't start controlling my computer, my PC. The scuff controller, when I plug it into my PC, it starts controlling my PC. And so I can't plug it in for the software to understand the buttons that I'm pushing, to have it on the screen, because I start doing things on my computer and then it desyncs from the PlayStation. So sadly, I can't have that on anymore. This, though, guys, is going to be the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rate, and comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.